Hello, hello. We be live. And we're gonna do some Blender today. Do a little bit of Blender. Because why not? Is that the turtle?
She's off.
She's off.
She's leaving.
She gone.
Track her flight.
You can track her flight. Heck yeah. Turtle with an air tag. So today, we're going to be doing some Blender. Probably. Maybe. A little bit. I haven't done anything in Blender in a hot minute. So it's going to be an interesting one. I also don't know what I'm going to make yet. Potentially a sword. But my mic wasn't muted, and then I deleted the software that's currently running my mic. So suddenly I had no voice. That's on me. Gonna be doing Blender today. Don't know what I'm gonna be doing in Blender, but probably a sword. I've messaged George if I can make one of his D&D swords, but he hasn't replied yet, so I don't know yet. Hello, Hombeebs. Big cat. Big Chungus. Chungy Mungy. Moomgus Moomgus. The floofiest boy. Look at this tail. He said no. Floopy tail. Yeah. Aeroplane earring. Oh no. Oh no. The chonky monkey. Wap wap wap. Easily. Yeah, it's the right mic. Chongy monkey. Chongy monkey. Chongy monkey. I need George to reply. I don't want to just make his sword without asking. It feels rude.
Bye.
He will also be here eventually. Ah. That's rude. No. George will be here eventually, however, he said he will be late, so. But it's okay, because no one's here yet. Up there.
She got that ass out.
You can't see her on camera, it's too high.
No.
No. No, too high. Where did George even send the picture of this sword? Was it there? It's not gonna load now. Come on, Discord, you can do it. I believe in you. Oh no, it's not that one. There it is, I found it. Well, I will save the picture. and I'll have it ready if he says yes. But we have to wait because I don't know where he's gone. It's a really good start to a stream. Really, really good. Really great. So, how do people do just talking streams and just talk? How do people do that? How is that something you do? I guess you kind of have to have an audience to talk to for that. Would Blender be classified as just talking, or should I classify it as art? Because in a way it is art. Hello, Bashimi. How's it going? I'm gonna change the classification to art because I'm doing Blender. Hopefully. I will be, hopefully. One day. I can you can see I have it open. I have it here and ready. You've had a headache for about 3 days? Well, that's not ideal. I've been getting headaches a lot recently as well. Maybe it's something in the air. Maybe they finally started pumping like nanobots or something into the air to wipe everyone out, you know? Other than that, things might actually improve for you. Oh, hell yeah. That's always good to hear. We love to see it. Oh. I've also finally ordered my LARP armor, which I'm gonna wear in videos because I think it'll look cool. And I'm not just gonna get the why is this person wearing war paint comments anymore. I'm gonna get the why is this person wearing a full suit of armor comments. An improvement. While we wait for George, should we just make just a really well lit cube, you know? Let's go over to cycles, GPU, compute. You know, if we go render view, how's it looking right now? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh god, I'm pressing all of the wrong buttons. Oh god, is it? I can't remember what the... No, 0. It's 0. Close that. This is what the camera currently sees. Wow. Beautiful. Wonderful, gorgeous. You know, if I do a render, wow, isn't that incredible? Isn't that just the most gorgeous thing? Isn't that the prettiest cube you've ever seen? You did finish reading your textbook and you didn't expect to? Hell yeah. Got that textbook done, right. How can we make this cube more pretty? Well, first of all, let's put a bevel on it. Too big. That bevel's too big. So we will... Let's like half that bevel. We can go a bit smaller than that. 3. 2. Yeah, that's a nicer bevel, right? Segments, we'll go with 2, right? Shade it smooth. Shade it smooth by angle. Right, now we re-render. So it's a prettier cube now, you know? Man, isn't that just such a pretty cube? What's the plan? Just cube tuning? Well, I want to model a sword, specifically a sword that George drew for a D&D character. And George is he's going to be at the stream. He's just running a bit late. However, I messaged George, can I 3D model your sword? That's a weird... That's a statement. Basically, I've messaged him and he hasn't replied yet. And I don't want to start 3D modeling the sword before I have permission to, because that feels rude. So we're just going to make a nice looking cube while we wait for George. While we wait for him to reply. Let's... What shade smooth looks better? I mean, shade flat, you can see. Smooth by angle. At what point does it go back to them? Approximately... Hold on. Like, basically nothing. Wow. With 30 degrees, it's fine. I just don't like it. It's doing a weird thing where it meets the bevel. There's like a weird line there, and I don't know why. It might just be the view. How does it look in this one? Yeah, it's not really doing it in this one. That's fine then. That's fine. Oops, I did it again. Right, let's go over to shading. Should we make the cube look like a nice, like, not transparent, but like something permeable? George has said I can make the sword. Cool. Let's make this cube first, shall we? I'm gonna move a bit closer as well. Let's make it look like, you know, not like marble or bone or, you know, that kind of like subsurface scattering type material, basically. So let's base color. Let's make it like a slight pinky color. Light pinky. Let's go with that. That'll do. You have acquired Shadows of Doubt recently, and apparently it went into a 1.0 a while back, and no one is happy about it. Like the hardcore 100-hour players I've seen talk about it were saying it's a disaster of a release to put it off beta now. Oh, that's sad. I did see the YouTuber I watch who like was the reason I first found out about the game recently did a live stream of it following the 1.0, but I haven't watched it. But I didn't know that it was that the release was so bad. That's sad because it's a good game. But yeah, no, I agree that I don't think it felt like it was ready to be out of early access yet. So yeah. Subsurface, right? So if I turn that up, it's gonna get all pixelated-y because it's now calculating subsurface. But where's my light source? If I put the cube between us and the light source, you can see it's now subsurface scattering in there. So now if we render that cube, it's gonna take a little longer. But then, you see that? Hey, is that the boy?
Sorry, I am late. I was eating and then my mum was like, can you help me hang the washing up?
Disgraceful. Helping your mother?
I know.
Disgraceful. So then you can see there's some subsurface scattering there. So I'm going to make George's sword today. I'm going to 3D model my best friend's sword. Quote that. Put it on Twitter. As I was doing some fun cube refining, making a cube look pretty. We added some subsurface scattering, we made it pink. What else could I do to make this cube look nice? We can, if we make it like really matte, like we turn that roughness way up, so it's like a nice like matte material, re-render that like a nice matte cube with a bit of subsurface. It's gonna look tangible, you know, like you can touch it, like it's plastic.
Ew. I opened up your stream and I got a advert for the making of Harry Potter. World.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Damn, you endorse Harry Potter.
Wild,
Wild.
I know. Someone on Tumblr that is the most hardcore fan I've seen posted that there is no amount of money that would make them say the game was ready for release. Yeah. No, I agree.
Which game are we talking about?
Obviously slandering Silksong. No.
Oh, of course.
Shadows of Doubt.
Okay.
They released the 1.0, like, it's out of early access now.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was in earlier.
But it's like, definitely, it was not ready for release. It's a great game, but it was not. You cannot consider it complete. Right, anyway, let's. We can abandon the cube now. The cube experiment is complete. So let's just do a new project. George, would you rather the sword be rendered in Cycles, the realistic engine, or Eevee, the more like real-time game engine?
I think Eevee, let's say.
Okay. Interesting. I have very little experience with Eevee, so we'll see how it goes.
Unless, I mean, to be honest, it's up to you.
No, I'm
Whichever's
curious about the
better.
challenge.
Easier for you, but better.
I've never done Eevee before. Well, I have done Eevee before. I've just not done it much. Right, let's slap this image in here. Did that work? Did that do anything? Slap this. There we go. I would really love if this image was 0 everywhere. Cool. Right.
Also, perfect for modeling. It's on the image is on a diagonal.
I know, right? It makes it so much easier. When I modeled I was gonna say my sword, the sword that I modeled for you.
Another one of my swords.
Another one of your swords. That I drew that one on a diagonal. The question is, George, did you put it on a perfect diagonal?
No, probably not.
Because I didn't with my one either. We can test that by going
because I just took the drawing I did in my sketchbook and put that as the background. I just essentially traced over the drawing my initial drawing in my
I
sketchbook,
see.
So yes,
is
it's tracing over art, but it's tracing over my own art.
Your own
so
art.
It's okay.
Actually,
that's pretty damn good.
That's actually not far off, you know.
It makes me realize how off center and stuff bits of it are.
Oh, did you not mirror it? Damn.
I guess I did. No, because like I said, I drew it. I drew it in real life first, and I just drew over it in Photoshop.
See, I would have drew over it in Photoshop, but had the mirror tool on, so you only draw over half the sword, and it does the other half for you.
That's a good idea, but I didn't do that.
That's a short blade. Sorry, an average size blade. I was gonna say, George, I assume it's a two-handed sword, right? Great sword.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, basically, I will probably lengthen the blade a bit to be
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
like the length of a greatsword. I'm gonna find out exactly what the average greatsword length is on Google, and I'll scale it to that. But most of it's actually, to be fair, how big actually are we looking right now? Because I'm not sure. If I add in a cube, for example, this is a 2 meter by 2 meter cube, so the drawing of the sword might be a little large. It might be a little big. So I might need to shrink the image down.
It's like fucking Guts from Berserk big. Sword big.
It's even bigger than that. It's like currently
Yeah, true.
it's about 4 meters long.
I'm trying to think what swords are that big compared to the wielders.
Sephiroth.
Yeah, it's Sephiroth's fucking Masamune.
Right, so how long is an average greatsword? Greatsword average length about 6 inches.
Oh,
Between 150 to 210 centimeters is the
I thought it
total
was
length.
about like I thought it was like 150.
So, do you want it to be in the middle, the shorter end, or the longer end?
Um, does it does it is there like specifics for like a Zweihander kind of
I can
Like-
look up a Zweihander.
because that's like
Zweihander.
very clearly what it's based on because it's got the middle guard bit.
Roughly 1.5 to 1.8 meters.
And we'll go. You know what? Split the difference and like 1.7 ish.
1.7, okay. Nothing like working in odd decimals.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, if you want to go 1.8, sure. Like I said, whatever's easier for you.
I don't actually know. I feel like 2 would be easiest, but
I mean, yeah,
that's-
too.
Because 2 would be like this. This kind of length. Which I'm sure there's a way for me to have the image always visible with opacity. No, well, I mean, that will help, but... Depth. Front. There we go. So now if I scale it up a little bit, we won't work with exactly 2 meters, but right, so if I'm going to be lengthening the blade, actually let's go with that first. So we'll work on that basis. So Zweihander blade length is, it doesn't give me a range for that one, it just says over 120 centimeters. Excellent.
Does it say like percentage of the length of the sword is the blade and the? Because that might be worth looking. Like, what percentage of a Zweihander is the blade and the?
I'm not going that in depth.
What?
That's too much. So you know what? We'll make the blade a hearty. We'll make the blade a hearty. We'll go for a longer end one at like 140. Well, I'll try it first and see. That's 140 meters. That's not what I meant.
Oh.
Hold on. Wait, let's just make this all Z. That's the wrong. I mean, I will want Z eventually, but okay. Yeah, no, that is updating life. Good, right? So 1.4 would be that. Maybe I should have had a second cube in. Just for the full length. Yeah, we'll add a second cube in. Fine. Oh god, that's a plane. I haven't done Blender in so long, so this is gonna either be like great or it's gonna be really bad. Second one, this is gonna be for the handle. So if that's 2 meters in length, can I have it, please, in a smaller magnitude than that? Yeah, cool. Right, so that is 2 meters, which means we're going to want this to be the full length down, which means we want the handle to pretty much fill out the rest. Which we might actually have... Ooh, it's a little bit big. A little bit big. Or potentially I've made the blade too long. Or both. Let's shrink it down a little bit. Bring that in that. The blade looks really long now. Too long. You know what? Maybe the the 1.2 was right. That's the wrong one. There we go. And see that? Maybe I just shrunk the handle too much. Maybe that's the problem. Hold on, bring that back down. If we want it to be 2-meter scale. Does that look? That still looks really long. I wonder if the... Because if a blade's 120 and it can get up to 1.8 meters, or in this case 2 meters, maybe the 2 meters is just too much. We'll just adjust it until it looks good at this point. It doesn't need to be an exact. I'm not a scientist.
Oh,
Is that a...
Jimmy, absolutely. Like, it was never made to be 3D modeled. It was just like, this is a cool sketch.
The design is cool, but it's
Why?
hard to work with. Bashimi, you didn't see the other one that I 3D modeled. This is actually going to be a hell of a lot easier. Because this is the one that I did for George. This is the drawing of it. Where's the... Where is any of my... Hello? Blender, there it is. I'm trying to find my friggin' folder. There you go, that's the 3D model of it, which I'm pretty proud of. It's a little bit flat. The handle's a little flat, but like it gets the energy across, you know? Gets the vibe. But it was a pain in the ass to work with, I'll tell you that much.
You can't blame me for that one.
No, that was all me. The feathers and the coiled handle were the worst. Trying to figure out how to do a coil in Blender that looks good is surprisingly hard. So I'm
How
really
did
happy
you
with the
do it?
gem.
Was it like because I remember doing like coils and stuff in my 3D modeling in 3ds Max, and it was like I had like extrude along spline as a thing, and I basically like had a line that was made into a spiral.
Pretty
then
much
had
the
a
same.
tube, yeah.
I think there's literally like a spiral modifier that you can put a line on and then put a solidify modifier on, and then like extend it up, and then like generate the actual coil, like get all of the physical, what's it called? Oh god. Geometry. Get the geometry made and then like tweak it from there so that it like tapers off and stuff. But I also had to make the handles like bumpy, and I had to make that line up with the coil. Pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. Because why? Anyway, that's not the one we're making today. We're making this one. And I won't lie, George. I'm gonna be using a mirror modifier.
Go for it.
Until we get to the coil handle. Once again, the coil handle. That's where it all falls apart. I feel like the blade is still too long. Maybe it's just something's throwing me. I don't know.
Okay, so Bichimi, in the answer to the first question of which edgelord wields that beauty, I'm sending Lawrence a picture of the character now for them to get up on stream.
Oh, it's that character.
Yeah. Oh, for the bird one, yeah. The one you were just showing.
Yeah. For the one that I
Yes,
made
it is.
for the bird sword, it's that one. That's the character. Imagine having to model one of those rapiers with the insane handguards. If I never have to model a basket hilt rapier in my life, then I will die a happy person.
Didn't you say you wanted to try modeling the fucking sun sword rapier I drew?
Yes. Yes, and it would be the bane of my existence. This is how far we've got. Isn't this... This is great. Right, you know what? We'll just... This will be it. This will be the geometry we go for. Screw it. Yeah.
The reference image I used for the drawing of that character was Sasuke from Naruto. So that says all you need to know.
Yeah. Right. I made that out of a cube. Cube's not really the ideal shape for this right now. So let's remake this but with a plane. So scale 1.2 X. How wide do we want this blade right now? There's not going to be a number that looks good and is like mathematically perfect, and it's gonna bother me. Probably. I mean, it's gonna taper anyway, so we'll start off making it wider. We'll start off with the wide at the, the start of the blade. Now, you have these are going to be a blessing and a curse, these bits that are wrapped around at the base of the blade. They're going to be a blessing because they're going to hide the point that the blade meets the handle. And they're going to be a curse because I have to... That was
part of the idea.
They're going to be a curse because I'm going to have to model them. I don't know how they look in 3D space, you know?
Me neither.
I've got ideas, but... Also, trying to avoid all of the broken geometry, all of the polys with too many vertices, and it's
all your engons as well.
Yeah, engons. It's all gonna be it's gonna be a thing. Right, so to start with, let us first make a... I was going to line it up with the sword there, but that would not be where I need the point of the blade to start coming in. That wouldn't be that at all. How long about is that? Like... just over a cube in length. So that to like... We'll go with like there.
Oh, I've got 200. I can afford both the bench and the piece. And what a day you're choosing to model this weapon. This weapon that is very much based on Hollow Knight on Silksong Day.
Drawing furry art while watching this, you're using scented markers? Hell yeah. Good smelling furry art. That's a sentence that I just said.
Oh my god.
Wow. Right, so I want it to be that width-ish. I say ish, but I'm really eyeballing it. That, so we got a nice taper on there. So if I... H is not hide. What's the shortcut for hide? I don't know. Does that look like a good... I think the taper's a little strong there, actually. You want a nice distal taper, but you don't want it to be too strong that it, like, weakens the blade. I know it's a fantasy weapon and that literally doesn't have any real bearing, but... I maybe made the point a little... I made the point a little too long, I think. Okay, bring it back out. He's blueberry scented? Hell yeah. Right, so should I make the geometry of the blade before I even begin on the handle? Part of me is saying yes. Part of me is saying, God, absolutely yes.
And that's the sensible part, but also the part that's not fun to listen to. Let's go play!
Right, let's make the blade. Let's make the blade first. So...
That was a... Huh.
Geometry rise. Right, what's the easiest way to make this, do we think? I think first of all we just extrude it up, you know? We just... Whoop. What's the average width of a Zweihander blade, do we think?
What the... Fucking multi-hit bastard?
You know what
Sorry.
else I need to do is apply all transformations real quick. Actually, let's Control Z that and just apply scale. Rotation is fine. Location can stay as is. Yeah, right. Cool. Right. Zweihander blade width.
A lot thinner than I've drawn, I'm pretty sure.
I'm thinking the actual like the not the like the width of it sideways, like the actual thickness of the metal.
Oh, thickness of, yeah, okay.
Not the twig sword. This isn't a twig sword. Like the thickness I'll keep because I think that thick blades translates well into art and stuff. Like Zweihander blades are thin, but that doesn't look as fun. You gotta get the anime vibe in there, you know? So anyway, they are about 4 to 7 centimeters. Are we talking... I can't tell if we're talking the actual thickness of the metal. Let's try thickness instead.
What in the beast?
Thickness, shoulder 8 millimeters at the point 2 millimeters. Cool. So we'll start with 8 mils then, which I've definitely probably done thicker than. Z is... Oh, you know what? 0.004 meters. What's that in millimeters?
4 millimeters.
So I was actually pretty close. I was half.
Because, yeah, point 0.01 is 1 centimeter, so 0.001 would be 1 millimeter. So, yeah, 4 millimeters.
Oh, is that just... That's just the height, that's not the scale. I'm stupid. Hold on. We get out. Scale. Z. Oh no, yeah, no, I'm still, that's pretty close. So that's 8, that should be 8 millimeters. So on the scale of the sword there, that seems pretty reasonable, and it will thin out at the tip to about 2. Which I can do, and obviously it's going to be a point right at the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. The whole thing can't be a point. Because then it would be, like, I don't know. If an entire thing is all point, does it stop being a point and just be round again? Isn't that just a sphere?
The fuck is that? Huh? Oh, that's what. Give me. Okay.
Right.
How many
so
of those do I need? 25. Huh.
let's apply scale again. So Z dimensions 0.008 should be 8 mils, right? That should be right. Which means if I now take this geometry here, scale Z I want to make it. That would be 0.00. Ooh? Did that do anything? No, because that's not how that works. Is that right, do you think? Hard to tell. And then merge at center. That looks really thin. I don't know if I got that right.
Oh, God, I didn't realize I was on 1 health.
So just make sure the geometry. Oops. Is that tapering up? It's not like flat at the bottom line there? Yeah, good. Are you doing all of it keyboard and mouse, or do you have a drawing tablet? The modeling will be keyboard and mouse. And I'm probably not going to texture paint, so it's probably all going to be keyboard and mouse. I have a tablet, but that's for texture painting. The actual 3D modeling, I'm not sculpting, I'm doing, you know, this kind of modeling. If I was sculpting, I'd use a keyboard and mouse, but I'm horse shit at
I'd love to
sculpting.
do texture painting. Like that's one thing I really enjoy doing. UV unwrapping can go die, but texture painting,
Oh,
that's
that was
fun.
wrong. Oops. Scale, right. Let's make the scale of that. No. Scale. Z. 0. And then... Can I make it maybe local is what I want to get the precise kind of scale that I'm after? No, I don't know how to figure out how to adjust it by millimeters rather than by percentage, or not even percentage. I don't actually know what this is based on. Or do I just eyeball it and go, sure?
Fuck it, Weeble.
You know what?
Wonder.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eyeball it and go, that looks... Right, I think it's tapering off a little too much. So let's... Weep. But still tapering. A bit less dramatically.
And Weeble.
Does that look better? Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, bring back that reference image. So, you've also got a nice fuller there. You've got a nice bevel. All good things.
Who's Bevel?
I don't know. Should I have added the fuller and bevels before I added the point? Quite probably. But did I? God, no. Alright, so we want fuller bevel.
Junior Bevel.
Is the sword inspired by anything? That's a question for Georgie boy.
Hollow Knight.
Whoa!
Because I was playing a Hollow Knight inspired character at the time.
Did that do that on both sides? I think it did. So we bring
Yeah,
that
I mean, it's pretty
into-
much just a greatsword that has a couple of Hollow Knight references in it.
Handguard looked a bit Daedric. I can see that.
Yeah, I think I just looked up greatsword designs and just was like, that's cool.
Right, how big do we want the bevel? That bevel might be alright, actually.
Actually, thinking about it, it might have been the either iron or steel greatsword from Skyrim. Let me check. Because thinking about it, I think I did did use one of these Skyrim greatswords.
Right, now here's the part where I kind of made my life difficult for me by doing the point early.
It was a steel greatsword.
So we are going to actually delete that. And we're going to make a new one. With blackjack and...
Finish the sentence.
poo.
Damn.
No. Right, I'm going about this all wrong. I'm going about this all wrong, George.
So wrong.
Right, I need to very quickly merge by distance just to make sure I haven't accidentally created any vertices. Good, no, we're all good. I'm trying to think in geometry, in topology, what the best way to do this is going to be. That's going to create the least balked geometry. Okay, actually, yeah, what if I do that? Is that all of it? Yep, good. Have I just extruded up here as well? Also, yes, that's not what I wanted to do. I am so good at this. Right, extrude. Y, and then we'll do that, and then we'll extrude. Again, for the tip perfectly. Let's go tip length there. Right, the reason being, we've got a fuller here. And I want the fuller to taper in before the tip.
What's it full of then?
It's full of... I don't know. Stuff and things. You know?
Yeah.
Merge by distance. Remove 6 vertices, right? Cool. So we've got a fuller there. And that means I can now... Scale. 0. Merge. Distance. Tip there. Now I want the tip to be longer. Actually, where does the...
Don't we all? Sorry, I'm...
Because the fuller does end after the taper begins. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I do want this taper to be... basically... Right, if I do that... Am I going to have to do this one polygon, one vertices at a time? I might do, and it might be easier. Merge at last. That's not even the one I had... Hello? Okay, wait, have I accidentally created... Yes, I had accidentally created extra vertices. That's on me. Okay. The U and U merge at last. Did it do it again? No, I don't think it did. U and U merge at last. You and you merge at last. You and you merge at last. Okay, now the bevel is going a bit weird on the tip, and that's because of these ones. God, modeling in Blender is like solving a puzzle. I think it's one of the reasons I enjoy it so much, is with actual physical art drawing, I'm not very good at art. But with Blender, it's less like I'm doing art and more like I'm solving a puzzle until an object appears. And I feel like I get on with that a lot better. There, right. So now we've got a bevel, we've got a flat of the blade, we've got a fuller. The fuller begins after the tip starts coming in, but the tip still comes in. I actually might extend the tip slightly though, because it's quite short. I will leave the joke there up to George again.
Yeah, I'm good.
What's a good tip length? And your drawing, the tip is a little bit longer than that, so we'll make it a little bit longer than that. Okay. And the fuller can come down a little further as well. Does that look like a sword? Maybe? Maybe? Now, are these little bits confusing the geometry? They may well be.
Oh.
I feel like this line doesn't need to be here. But I guess that's really, you know, quads versus tries. That's the age-old question, isn't it? Because if we went face editor and I just, you know, merged that's not what I wanted to happen. But what?
Oh god.
Okay. Right. In that case, that delete edge. Yeah, and that delete edge. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is definitely 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Just making sure. Oh god, it did it all the way around there. That's not what I wanted. Okay, select them manually. Fine. Fill, please. And now the bottom. Beep boop. Boop. I cannot wait to find out what the normals are like when I try and texture this. George, I'm opting for quads. But I am also at the same time doing a combination of the two. Just don't tell your university teacher about me. I don't want him to find out where I live and execute me in my sleep. Because when I model on Blender, I don't follow the rules. Fuck the rules. Right, so that tip still feels a little short. Yeah, okay. This one goes out to all my short-tipped homies. So we will just move it down a little bit. A little bit more. Okay, right. How long is this sword so far? Length? 1.18 meters. Okay, we're only approaching, like, Zweihander blade length. We're not actually at it yet, so... I think the tip's still too short. You've missed a lot of innuendos so far. I'm modelling George's sword. Yeah. Right, is that a better tip length? Yeah. Now, George, I've noticed your tip is rounded.
Yes.
Do you want me to maintain this roundedness of the tip?
Let me check the reference I use.
I'm also gonna look up a Zweihander. Just out of curiosity, what do their tips look like? Why do all of the pictures of Zweihanders cut off at the tip?
Just cut the tip off.
Okay, well the one from Mordhau is quite angular, but it's Mordhau. At least you didn't go for one of the Flamberge Zweihanders. We wouldn't be friends anymore. You've had enough of the blade. Let's start shaping George's shaft. You don't really have a shaft in a sword.
No.
It's not a pole arm. The blade kind of is the shaft. Yeah, so ultimately the tip profile is, that's up to you. You go, bub. Good night, Leo. Libby. Bye. Yeah, you can't see her on camera.
It looks like... God, what was that noise?
It was a Leo.
So it looks like the steel greatsword is more rounded.
Steel greatsword more rounded.
That's what it looks like.
Well, if that is what you would rather, I can do that.
Round off my tip.
Gonna round your tip right off. I haven't even brought the sword down to a bevel yet. I'm probably gonna bevel it after rounding the tip. I think is gonna be easier. And by bevel I mean bringing it down to a sharp point, not beveling, which I'm going to do to round the tip off. Like this. You brought Hades to say goodnight. On Beebs. Right, width. Let's remember this width as 0045 with 3 segments. Zero zero 45 with 3 segments. That is a smoothed off tip.
Good tip, action.
Love to.
Yeah, he is still a menace. Yeah, you cannot. She's on top of... She's at the top of the cat tree. She's too high. What if I just left the sword like completely blunt, you know? just left it without like sharpening off the edge. Just left it. It's a bludgeoning weapon now.
My God.
You having fun?
Yeah. Oh, this boss is so cool. It's so, the motions are so smooth as well.
Oh. How does that affect? That doesn't affect the geometry at all. Perfect.
Wait, I didn't need to heal that, why did I?
Huh?
I didn't need to heal, but I did. No.
Damn.
I wasted my silk,
Estus
for
eager.
which I song. What the fuck? I just died.
R.I.P. I get an F in chat for George right now.
I'm scrolling right now. Thank you.
Right, so Give me that perimeter.
Oh fuck. I missed.
Scale Z 0 merge by distance. The blade now has a blade. Whoa. Which you cannot see. Really thin. Swords are really thin, turns out. I might have to thicken it up a bit just for the, you know, just so it reads more on camera. But that is a blade shape. Right, next up is the fuller. There's a couple ways I can do this. I think the easiest is just going to be to go like that. Oh god, I can't get one through there. Right, okay. I'm going to have to... First of all, let's do... Oh, it did it on the bottom for me. That's really nice of it, actually. Delete face. Delete face. I want to do that. I want to do that. Beep boop beep beep boop beep. Yeah, we're in try territory now. Quads to tries. I'm doing like the opposite of the button that you click before converting this into a Unreal Engine model. Actually, no, you press the quads to tries button. You want them to be tries. I don't know why. Apparently it works better or something. But the only person that's going to be receiving this model is George, so that's his problem.
Receiving my sword.
Yep. Always.
Oh,
Right.
discuss the
Bullet.
window, okay?
Well, you know what? The easiest way to do this will literally be to do that. Why am I complicating things? Beep. And beep. So now we want to...
That was a cool ass fight, dude.
Hell yeah. Like that. How is that looking for blade profile? Let me hide that real quick. I feel like I need to change. Can we center on this, please? Thank you. Blade profile, we've got a nice fuller in there. We've got the thick of the blade. We've got a blade edge. Distal taper. Very nice-aroo. Okie dokie. That's a blade. Right there, that is a blade. I might change my view options because... Is it matte cap that I prefer? No, it's not. Flat? Definitely not. Here's matte cap. No. Specular lighting. Cavity. There we go. Show me them edges. Cool. Right, we can see the edges a little bit better now. Isn't that good? Yes. Makes it a little bit easier to actually tell what we're looking at. Cool, that's a blade. Now, should I texture the blade before I do anything else? Or should I actually start modeling the handle first? Basically, do I want to do the easy job or the hard job?
I usually wait to texture it until the whole model is complete.
Yeah, which makes the most sense. End of sentence. Tell you what, at the very least, I should probably add some seams. Always good practice to mark your seams.
Mm. Shama.
Why is the whole sword flat now? The fuck? What did I do? It's not. Why did it look flat there? Oh, God, I'm stupid. Okay.
I mean, yeah, but why? Why not?
Oh, how far back does this go? How far back does this actually go? Oh, it's all the way back to when I did the edge, isn't it? Please say I have enough undos. Please. Yes. Whew. When I made the edge, when I like flattened it all down, I flattened the back of the sword too. Like where the sword meets the hilt, I flattened the back too. So rather than being like, you know, a sword with an edge that has thick in the middle, it was more like if you stretched a disc out into a sword shape. Not what I'm trying to do. So we deselect those, and then we go scale Z 0, merge by distance. That's better. That's a sword. Good job I noticed that now and not further into the sculpting. Oh boy, the amount of times I've been working on a project and I've made a mistake like that and it set me back like so far. Okay, right, we got to do this bit again, but that's fine. I would rather do this bit again than like have to try and figure out how to make the sword three-dimensional again. Fuck, I'm stupid. That worked both ways. Yes, good. Right. This is what it's like with me 3D modeling. This is what the experience is. It's just, oh good, I screwed that up. Oopsie. Let's do the bottom first. Right, they good. I didn't accidentally connect one to the wrong one. Nope, that's all good. Cool. This line here needs to move, and I'm not sure which direction. Well, let's do this first. Stop getting distracted. Something I'm very good at when it comes to 3D modeling. Why is there a vertices? Is that a vertice or is that the origin point? Oh, that's just the origin point. Okay. I was gonna say, what the fuck is that vertice doing? Bring that in. Good, right. We have an actual sword shape now. Only a slight hiccup there. I do think this one, I think these need to move down a little. Does that look better? Does that look more like a sword shape? No, that looks really fucking weird. Okay, let's not do that. Why is it every time I move the camera, it fucking yeets me out into infinity? What's going on there? Fucking center me around on the sword again. So there's something about the way this tip transitions that I'm just not happy with. There's like a hard line here that I'm not... Like, it just feels like this line shouldn't be here. By angle, shade smooth. No, by angle.
Great one. Right.
Has that fixed the problem? You know what? Shade it flat again.
Chakra.
I think it's just because it's shaded flat. It will probably look better with an actual texture on it. Right, let's mark the seams. That thing that I was gonna do. Merge by distance. Wait, that's not... Edges didn't... Hello? Oh, right, I see. Have they actually merged? Why? Why has this happened? Okay, we're gonna have to do it manually, I think. You. 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 L. Z. 0. All the way down to 0. Merge by distance. Merge 0. I swear it looked like there were two vertices there. Am I hallucinating? Is it just that it's a blue line with the black edge line running through it and that's throwing my brain off? Almost definitely that's just the case, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I think it's just that that's the problem. Gotcha. Let's fucking... Yeah, okay. It's not actually a problem then. Is that a seam though? Did I actually... No, that isn't a seam. What is that? What's the blue line in Blender? Not a seam. Edge. So it's probably a sharp. Has it been marked as a sharp? It had. Right. Okay. Oh. Sisyphus is still making a blade up a hill apparently. Yeah. Also, it's really warm in here. Sorry if you're not talking much, you're enjoying the slower pace of today's stream. That's all good. That's kind of what these streams are about. Like the art streams, you know? Right. Now we can mark some seams. Which will make unwrapping a lot easier. Do I want seams along the edge of the blade as well? Nah, I can just texture them separately. Right, a blade. I do kind of want to You wanted me to do this in Eevee, didn't you?
I said that, but if
No, it's
the other
okay.
one's
So
Eevee.
Eevee is good in some ways and worse in others, right? Cycles is more realistic, but that's not to say you can't do realism in Eevee. I'm trying to remember what things are and aren't in either. Eevee's, you can do bloom. So like if you have a light source, you can do bloom in the render engine, which is nice. In Cycles, you have to add that like in post, in compositing. But is this so? Right, you got these medallion bits on the sword. The white
Yeah.
one, is that glowing, or is it just white metal, or is it glass, or?
I always imagined it was glowing.
Cool, that's cool, because I can make that an EV and actually make it glow without adding compositing. But I'll weigh up the pros and cons as I go. There's certain things you can't do in EV, like I think having your geometry be affected by the texture. In Cycles, you can have your geometry like physically get shifted by the texture, whereas in EV, I think you can only have normal maps. Like it doesn't actually physically affect the geometry, if that makes sense. Call this blade. Let's hide that. Should I put an HDRI in the background for texturing? Probably. Occlusion. Yeah, let's do that. Do I actually have any good HDRIs? I do somewhere. Why is that sword glowing? Does it have emission? It's got no emission. Why does that have such bloom on it? Is it just because the background's so dark that that's the contrast? Oh yeah, I think it's just reflecting that gradient sky. No, sky texture is not what I want. Environment texture. There we go. It's pink. That's because... Let's not go through all my files here. Blender assets. HDRIs. Those are the only ones I've got. Kidoki, we're in a meadow now.
There's definitely a fight arena. Okay.
Right, metallic. All the way up. Apparently looks like a plastic, like a plastic sword, like a toy sword that's had metal painted on it. The Go Touch Grass background, exactly. I could make HDRIs now. I've got a 360 camera. I could just go and do that. I'm gonna make the grungiest HDRIs I can. Put the camera in my oven. Oven HDRI. Put it in the worst public bathroom I can find. Public bathroom HDRI. Right, the HDRI doesn't seem too bright. It's too bright if I look that way, is because that's where the sun is. Yeah, let's go this way then. So we're not just reflecting the sun off. Looks weirdly blue. HDRI is like a 360 photo that's taken at multiple exposures. So you take a bright one, a middle one, and a dark one. You combine them all together and make essentially a sphere texture, and you can project that around like a scene, kind of like a skybox. But essentially it's a skybox that emits light. So like, due to how the HDRI is taken, the sun there is an actual light source because of the value of the HDRI, right? So if you did it inside a building, say you were CGIing a robot to be alongside actual actors, when rendering out the robot, you could take an HDRI of the room that it was filmed in, put that as an HDRI in the render so that the actual light sources and background of the room that it was filmed in would be reflecting off of the robot properly. It's one of the ways they make like compositing look more realistic. But it is having a bit of a weird effect on the sword. Like it looks weirdly blue, and I don't know if it's just because the background is green. Base color, we want it to be just a bit grey. We probably want the roughness to be way down. Yeah, it's reflecting. Oh, it's because the sky is blue, isn't it? Okay, right, let's go back to a color. Oh, what was the sky texture was just that. That worked quite well. Too bright. I'm trying to remember what kind of environment I create for objects when I tend to start like texturing them. I don't know, maybe I have a better environment texture. Actually, I can show this folder, it's fine. We could do it inside. Should we do it inside? Let's do it in here. Got the strength turned down a bit so it's not like too hardcore. Right, so that's just a flat, like... How glossy do you think the sword is, George? How glossy do you think the blade is? Yeah. Like, how polished are we talking?
I think... I mean, let's go for it, like, kind of newly created, so...
Like brand new, so like pretty mirror finish on there.
Yeah.
That. Nice and shiny. Maybe that's a little too shiny. Could add a bit of randomization in there. Were you thinking like flat texture, Damascus?
Ooh, Damascus is a vibe.
It is a vibe. It's really hard to make.
Yeah.
It's currently in the drawing. It's just like a flat grey sword.
Yeah. But like, I feel like Damascus could work pretty well.
Rename that to be Blade. Tell you what, let's see if anybody has made a good Damascus material that I can steal. Like that one. Okay, the texture might be a bit large. To be fair, realizing, haven't actually unwrapped the sword. Yeah, I unwrapped the sword and it didn't make a difference, so we're gonna shrink that down. How does a Damascus sword typically look in terms of how big are the wibbles? Nearly an hour and a half working on pointy stick, worth it. Yeah. Like any Blender project I've ever done take ages. Right, the wibbles are... On a katana, they're quite small. I think it's to taste, honestly. Well, I definitely think they're too big on the sword currently.
Yeah.
There aren't any better. Ooh, that could be a better Damascus texture. I prefer the other one. Oh, it's shrunk now. I think putting the other one in changed how the whole thing's unwrapped. Yeah, can't do that. So texture, mapping, scale. That's better. Still too big, I think. 4 times. How are we thinking that could be? That might be a good amount, actually. Might need to turn the environment up so I can see it a bit better. I'm gonna make this a little more subtle. I need a good picture of a like Damascus sword. With this, it's not detailed enough. It's not detailed. You know, I can fix that. Damascus tends to have. I think that should be constant. It tends to have multiple layers to it. That's kind of the whole point, is it's like folded layers. If I do that. They also don't tend to be quite so uniform. They tend to be a bit more squished, I think. Which direction? X? Usually in the direction of the sword, I think, because of how they're folded. I've got no idea if this looks good or not. I'm gonna swap over to cycles. I have to do it. I'm doing it. I can't. I'm not good at working with Eevee. First of all, viewport denoising poise. Let's turn that threshold up. I'm so quiet at times you can't tell if your internet is fucking up or if I'm in deep thinking mode. I am in deep thinking mode. Out of curiosity, how do we think this would look if I made the Damascusy Wibble bits like a gold or something? This one. Is that the right one? That's done nothing. Okay, let's put that one. That one. Nothing? Oh, that's why. There's a color ramp there. That's messing with me. I see! Hold on, what does this look like if I just straight into base color? Way brighter. I see. Yeah. Turn up that sword a little. No, actually, I'm gonna get rid of that ramp. That's gonna make it really bright all of a sudden. That's okay. It's this one. That has caused it to have an aneurysm. God damn it. It's better like that. That's a taste of what the gold could look like. A little bit brighter. Coppery. It's too coppery now. I don't think I like it. What do you think, George?
Yeah.
Gold
not fan.
Damascus. It's not the vibe. Version out of there. Bring that back down. How I could go really dark with it, but no. Like that. That's better. Right, we are very quickly, just for the sake of me being able to actually see what the fuck I'm doing, we're gonna put a background on, which means we're gonna add a cube. Gonna add a big old cube. We're gonna that, and that. I'm gonna delete those faces. You bevel it. Shade you smooth. Bring it up. No, yep, shading is what I wanted. A nice little studio background on there. Which we can make whatever color we want. You can really see how reflective that is as well. That's very nice. Let's just make it a bit dark. I'll say, where's my... I've got one light, I think. Where actually is it? I put that studio background on the wrong way around, it seems. Do it that way. Now if we go layout. This should be... in render view, it is... there it is. Right, where's our light source? Oh, it's gonna be annoying. A little bit better to work with. What's this view like? Is this view better? Not really. Doesn't really help me. Modeling metals is really hard because of how reflective they are. I think if the soul says piss sword, then the sword should be piss coloured. Does your soul say piss sword, George?
No, unfortunately not.
Do a quick render, see how it's looking. Also find out how rendering while streaming goes. Can my PC handle it? I think readability for Damascus is quite difficult on long swords, so I'll probably have to do like a full sword shot and then a cropped in sword shot closer to the handle where you can see more detail on the blade. And you'll really be able to see the Damascus. Let's see how this render's taken a hot minute. Yeah, because at this resolution, you can't really tell that that's Damascus. But then, like, if you Google Damascus sword, That's kind of the case for any Damascus sword zoomed out. I might make it a little... I'm going to make the Damascus a little bit bigger. Just so it's a bit more readable. This, I want that's all the way up. The least amount of reflections possible. Big enough, or would I want that bigger? You know what? Let's stop getting distracted with things like that. We can do that later. We'll call that backdrop. Oh, I'm in all caps apparently. Right. Anyway, Blade is done. They aren't making any more films. Am I still in caps? I thought I turned that off. Also, let's save. Because I haven't saved yet. What's this sword called, George?
Dream Guard.
Dream Guard.
Yeah. I didn't name it.
Fine. No problem with the name.
Nah, I was like... Because I made a like Vestige of Divergence based on the Dream Nail, Hollow Knight. And my friend kind of took that and made it a great sword for my character.
Yeah.
Called the Dream Guard.
Hello, MRS Freed. It's all good if you want to lurk. It's one of those kinds of streams. This pattern's going to be fun. I thank you so much for that, George.
I'm not the one that decided to fucking...
Should we, you know what? Let's attempt that first, shall we? Let's go with a plane. And I will subdivision surface until we have a sphere. What? That's not a sphere. That's like a rounded square. We won't go with a plane. Let's just go with a cylinder then. How many vertices we want to go with here? 32 feels like quite a lot for such a small part. 16. No, I'm gonna go 32. It's a pretty big focus for the sword. This isn't going in a game. I don't care if it's high poly. If this was gonna be a game asset, then maybe I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna try and keep the poly count down. It's not. So I won't. This is where it being slightly off center is gonna be the challenge. That's right. That's pretty good. Yeah, how I'm gonna do that pattern is rotation apply. Hello. Rotation and scale. Okay, we're still saying rotation 45 degrees. What's up with that? That doesn't actually do anything? Okay. Cool. Oh, that's 3D cursor. I see. Right, I'm stupid. As always. There we go. I was looking at the wrong page, because I'm stupid. That's the other thing. The sword... I built it upwards, didn't I? Can I bring the sword down? I really hope that if I change that, that's the Y. God damn it. The location it thinks that it is... It doesn't think that it's too high. Whoa. Is that on? Is that on the line? Is it perfectly on the line? No, of course it's not. It's the Y again. Where the fucky did it go? Wrong way. Wait, 0.8 is too far. 0.79 is not far enough. 799, too far. That's 797. I can... 3. Oh! 3. 1. Why am I being this particular about that? It matters to me. It matters to me! This is where... If I go like that and go cylinder... No, it has actually put the cylinder on the line. Okay, good. Has it perfectly? Yeah, good. That's why it matters. So, cylinder. How do we go about trying to make this design on it?
So that's not like straight in line with the sword.
Oh no,
I'm seeing
no.
all the blemishes now.
Yeah, the blade is if you look
Like, I mean, it's more like oh, I guess yeah. Oh, okay. I was like, hang on, the like design is not like. I mean, I still don't think it is.
I think it doesn't help that I do have like a perfect Blender center line which really like shows it.
Yeah.
You just gotta cut it in half, throw a mirror tool on there. I haven't actually used the mirror tool yet. I will. When we get to these parts and the cross guard. I will. Right. How? Because I'm thinking I'm going to do like a kind of white crystal and the black like kind of flower design is going to be like a metal wrap on it, kind of like an emboss holder type, like slightly extruded. The question is how. Have some ideas. Probably none of them good. Bless you.
Here I go.
Okay, right. Idea 1. Do I want to make it thickness first, or do I want to try and make the outline first? What's going to be easier? That is not how I would have expected that to work. That's not how the thickness modifier works. Surely it's the the thickness modifier is supposed to fill in the geometry, but it very much is not. It's just created 2 discs. I don't know what the easiest way to connect the 2 discs would be. Also, I really don't know how thick this should be in proportion to the blade. You know, when they're just infinitely flat thin discs and it's not filling in the geometry, it's really hard to tell from a perfectly side-on view. Complex. Ah, there we go. That's what I needed to do. Right. So in comparison to the blade, without the rest of the handle, that's really hard to judge. It's definitely going to be thicker than the handle. Tell you what, I can just leave I can adjust it. You're still awake, just fucking turf. Turf?
Turf?
Is Buscemi a turf?
J.K. Rowling say it?
Whoa. J.K. Rowling's biggest fan? Let's make it. Right now, Shift D to duplicate it. Whoa. I'm a maniac. Maniac, maniac on the floor. I'm dancing like I've never danced before. Right, let's hide the solidify and also make it slightly bigger. About as thick as you put it there. Control A. Maniac, maniac on the floor. Is that not gonna do what I want it to do? Let's hide the other cylinder. It's not R, is it? Control I. No, that's not doing it either. I. Surely that's the one. The inset? No? Why? Why you lie? Okay, I don't like either. What if I extrude? That's doing it vertically, isn't it? Yeah, which isn't what I want either. Swear I hit that cylinder. Let's also merge by distance, just in case I did in fact create 32 extra vertices.
Let's go. You'd love to see it.
Oh, now inset works. Okay, fine. Cool. And now what I do is I select this face and you can just fuck off. Insert child saying fuck off meme.
Fuck off. Monkey on the car. Fuck off.
Fuck off. And that's about where my planning ends. Would it be easier actually if I just delete that face I'm working with? Did that get rid of all of the vertices? Wow, that's not what I want. You to delete the face, not the vertices holding the face. Only faces. Thank you. God. So now we've just got that. If I solidify, how does the solidify work? Can we get rid of the reference because it's annoying me? Solidify on this. Does it do anything? No, but that's okay. I love it anyway. Reference. So if I add modifier mirror, or would the mirror work with? There's a mirror, just like a mirror ability in editing the object that supposedly works, but I have never ever got this kind of mirroring to work. Like if I mirror all of those and I move that, it's working, but not how I wanted it to. That's the thing. If I shift duplicate, see that the mirror doesn't do shit all. So like what? That's not what I want. That's no. Die in a fire. We're going to use the mirror modifier instead, which works exactly how I want and is better in every way. So now, if I were to shift duplicate, it's mirroring, but it's mirroring where exactly? I don't know. What is that? Is that mirroring on the y-axis or the x-axis? X-axis. Is that because that's what I asked it to do? Yeah, okay. No, that is actually correct. Good. So if I also turn on y, right, we get this action. The other ones are hard to see because they are just edges. There's no geometry there. Maybe I could fill that in to make it easier to see what I mean. There you go. See, we've got the mirror. First step. So I'm going to delete that because it's not centered anymore. Oh, God. Duplicate this. It's centered. Fill it so we can see what we're doing. Now, if I scale it in just on X, it's no longer mirrored how I wanted it to be mirrored. Is it because it's not doing the right kind of mirroring? Does it need to be like that? No, 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 no. Oh. Okay, because if I do if I move it up like that. Okay, that is... Okay, right. So bring that out. It's actually, it needs to be a little bit thicker than that, I think. Like that. Scale Y. If we do 50, I wanted like 50%. That's not... Ah, it was... The ability has been there the whole time. I'm the problem.
Oh, it's me. I'm the problem.
So now I move that up. Oh, I rescaled the big... What? Actually, why did I rescale the big one? That shouldn't have been a thing that happened, actually. Y 0.5. That's what I wanted. Good. G Y 1? No. Okay, we're gonna just have to eyeball it. Oh, I was so close. I was so close. Right, get them overlapping like that. Yeah. Yeah. And then we go back to these. So one, we got Shifty. Fill it so I can see what I'm doing. Actually, let's not. Let's bring that one back down. So we got this exactly where we need it. Duplicate it, and then we move it up so that I have the other one to work with, because that's what I need. Move it up again. Oh, did I actually nail it that time? Oh, I fucking did.
I only fucking did.
Ah, Z. 45. Nope, it needed to be 90. So now, if I move that one on X, does it mirror there? Yes! Oh!
Oh, baby. That's why we're professional.
Oh, man, I'm good. God, I'm good.
God, I'm fucking good.
Oh. So that, right there, that's like 4 of the petals done. And also they're kind of overlapping and not really how I would have liked it. I can fix that. What I was hoping by having all the mirroring on was that I could basically just do one corner and it would mirror everything else, which might be the case. It also might not. Right, so first of all, let's collect everything, merge. Yeah, I'm gonna merge by distance. And then this one, just gonna bring these over like this. Everything merge by distance. Is this one actually merged? It's hard to tell. Ah, yeah, it's just because the origin's there. See, that worked. Now, here's the test as to whether the mirroring is doing what I'm hoping. if I select all of those and tell them to go fuck themselves, delete vertices, and then I do that, and I click that, and I go F, and I go beepus, 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 beepus. This doesn't actually need to have a face here, but I'm doing it so that it's easier to tell what I'm doing. Oh, it's so beautiful. So we do the same thing on this one. Tell these ones to go fuck themselves. You connect to you, Phil, and then go beepus, boopus, beepus, boopus, beepus, boopus. Phil, ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Now, was doing this all on the same geometry a mistake? I'm thinking, right? I don't know if I duplicate that, right? Now, rotate Z 45. And then I just have to go and fix it in the geometry here. But would that have worked better if that was in the same geometry? Because then I could connect the vertices. I think it would, I do. But I actually don't know how. is the thing. I should have kept another one of these before deleting. What are you doing? You're not invited. There we go. Random stray vertices that were like, oh, I want to be involved. Yeah, would have been convenient if I had saved one of the petals before I split them off. Put there. And now I also have the problem of if I press L, everything's connected now. How about Alt? Just perimeter? Yeah, good. Duplicate. We gotta make another petal. I don't remember exactly what I did before. But this isn't an exact science. When has this ever been an exact science? So you know what? I'm not even going to pretend that I am trying. Scale X 0.5. Scale Y, bring that down till it looks about right. If I fill it, so if I were to move that over there, how close is that? It is what we in the business would call close enough.
Close enough.
So if I now rotate it 45 yards.
45 yards.
45
Weird.
yards. Very
I didn't think
specific.
Yard was a measurement of angle, but sure.
Yeah, man. I don't remember how I move it on Y and X. Is it by doing Shift YX? It is not. Is it by doing Alt Z to exclude Z? No, Shift Z. You know what? I can just not. Again, once again. I don't care. I'll just line it up by eye. I know it's been rotated perfectly, so as long as this point is like as accurate as possible, it's good enough for me. Oh, can you see it emerging? Can you see right here? We're making a fucking flower, mate. We're making a fucking flower!
I mean, is that is meant to be like a dream catcher kind of
I don't
design more than a
it,
flower?
it looks like a flower. I can see the dream catcher as well, but it looks like, you know, it's got 8 petals. And so there. Right, and now if I just do merge at last, beep boop, 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 merge at last, beep boop. There's probably a quicker way to do this. I'm not doing it because I don't know it. I am a professional. This is genuinely, like, I think the first time I booted up Blender, other than that slight play around I had with the Sun Sword, like, weeks ago. This is the first time I've properly used Blender in... I don't even know how long. No. Merge at last. Thank you. That is looking pretty good. I think that's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. And I will. Right, so it's got those there, and then it does have kind of another even smaller one. What's the quickest way to do that? First of all, I need that. I need to copy that and scale it down for the smaller one. That's that smaller ring there. That looks about the right size. Now, how are we going to make the smaller one? Also, let's very quickly merge by distance. Sure. Yeah, removed a couple of vertices. Good. I mean, first of all, if I hide the reference, you can see we're getting there. Like, this wouldn't be this isn't going to be filled in. This is all going to be lines. Like, I'm going to thicken up the lines into their own geometry. And that's what it's going to be like. It's getting there. It just needs the 2 more in these bits. And then what am I missing from there? That might be it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. SX.5. SY. No way you do that. SY. Eyeball it. Do the eyes be looking pretty ballin'? So if I go over here, how close is that? That's actually closer than it was last time. That's pretty nice, isn't it? Now I'm going to want 2, so I'm going to copy it. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to fill it in. Then I'm going to copy it. Right, what's half of 45? 22.5. Minus, please. Thank you. And then we line it up by eye again, as we love doing on the Blue the Nerd channel. Line it up by eye. Anybody
you know
that tells you
here, by eye or by die.
By eye or by die. Anybody that tells you need to do it any other way is wrong and lying to you. That's a Blue the Nerd promise. We are I or die here on Blue the Nerd. Right, what was 45 halved was 42.5. What is 45
Forty-
plus 20,
45.
22.5, sorry.
I was going to say, those calculations seem a bit off.
Right, so luckily for me, in Blender, if I rotate that half, I can do, because I need to figure out what 45 is plus 22.5. I can just type 45 plus 22.5 because I'm lazy, so I will. Because who needs maths anyway? Right, and it needed to be a minus.
Who needs simple addition?
There we go.
67.5.
67.5. Any reasonable person would have been able to work that out in like less than a minute. I am not any reasonable person by even a small margin. Okie dokie. As everyone's favourite character Jar Jar Binks would say, okie dokie day. Right, what are the ones? You delete the rest. Vertices, okay. Merge at last.
As everyone's favourite character Jar Jar Binks would say, uh-oh, big boomers.
Uh-oh, big boomers. Delete vertices. That's the wrong button. Merge at last. Cool. Right, now if I do this. Oh, and then I do this. That's not what I wanted at all. Okay, the rest I do by hand. Now if I do that and I press fill. Fill me up. Oh, I think we might be fucking done.
With the whole sword, wow.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
An Ainsley Harriet over there.
Right,
Give
so
me a good old rub.
if you'll meet a good old rub, we want to delete only faces. So we still got the geometry. So now if I very quickly hide the reference, oh, it's beautiful.
Oh,
What can I fucking say? I am a god. I am a god among men. This took so long. But it has radial symmetry. It's actually symmetric. It is actually perfect. So, you know, it was worth it. It was worth the time that it took. Now I just need to die, I think.
sounds about right.
Right, let's merge by distance. Just make sure there's no extra vertices. Yeah, a couple got removed there. Where, actually? Merge by distance. None of the geometry seems to have changed dramatically, so I'm gonna just assume that that's okay. Was it? It was probably like... no, I don't... Yeah, I probably needed to do that. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it was probably these ones, wasn't it? Yeah, good. Right, so now, if I apply the mirror... Good. Now if I go in here... Yeah, we have it in geometry! Oh! Oh! looking at the reference real quick. Is the other one basically identical in design? Similar. Similar.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
That's good. That's good. That means I can reuse it. Okay, actually, let's go back to before I've applied the mirror. So we've still got the something ain't. Ah, yeah, no, that's right. That's right. Let us duplicate. Well, actually, we'll call it. Was it Dreamcatcher?
Yeah.
Dreamcatcher. We are going to duplicate the Dreamcatcher. So we have a backup before I make any permanent changes to it. You see, because I'm smart. And it means that if I want to reuse it and alter it slightly, but still have the symmetry while doing the altering, I can. Because I can make it more pointy and remove that ring, and it won't affect it too much. Okay. Right. Merge any that needed merging. Yep, that was a lot. That was like 176 vertices that got merged, and I don't know where the fuck any of them came from. You're exhausted, but good news, you're way too loyal to these streams. Still got 45 minutes. Let's just make sure that nothing there needed merging. Yeah, good. So this one... What would Solidify do at this point? Absolutely fuck all. If I do it what on earth? If I do it that way, ooh, trippy. But useless. Completely fucking useless. If it's only rim. Only rim is like even less useful. Bill's not doing shit. Even thickness. That's what I want, right? Ah, now it doesn't do anything. Wow. Refill. Yeah, okay, so Solidify is not... That's not what we want. We will probably want Solidify after, though, to add the thing. Complex. So we'll turn that off again for now. Am I interested in the new Metal Gear Solid remake that came out? I never played the original. Like, it looks really cool, but I never played the original, and I know for a fact that I won't be good at a Metal Gear Solid game. I watched a video about it. Nerdcube did a video about it, and it was very funny, but I'm probably not going to get it. Right. What's the modifier I'm thinking of? Generate. It's not Solidify. Is it Skin? It might be Skin. Oh, Screw, by the way, is what I used for the handle originally. Skin. Oh, okay. Right. I think that's what we wanted. I think it is a little too big. Maybe it's not. Is it not Skin? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Skin is not what I was after.
I just looked at your stream and yeah, I think I might agree with you though.
I could have sworn that it was... What is the modifier that I'm after? Generate. It's not array. It's not bevel. It's not boolean. I don't think it's build. Well, I pressed build and the whole thing disappeared, so I'm gonna say it's not build. Decimate, edge split, mask, mirror, multi-resolution, remesh, no. See, I thought it would be make the surface thick. Skin, create a solid shape from vertices and edges, using the vertex radius to define the thickness. Oh, the vertex radius defines the thickness. See, I want control over that, is the problem. Because I think skin is what I want. I just don't know how... What I'm doing wrong. Jesus, that's the geometry that creates. Fucking hell. What's branching smoothing? Is that the maximum? Can I not make that like higher? No, 1 is the max. Symmetry. Okay. Let's turn solidify back on. But I swear it's... It's not... Right. Okay. What if we inset faces? Nothing happens. Nothing at all. Yeah, no, that's not what I want. Match by distance in case I created more geometry. Maybe it is skin and the problem was that it was below the solidify. Nah, that didn't do anything. That made no difference. That didn't do anything. Mark loose. Clear loose. Mark root. That did something. Equalize radial. Smooth. Symmetry. So this is the original geometry, and this is the skin that's being made from that. What do we think the problem is? What do we think is causing this? What if... Test real quick. Oh no, that outer one is connected. Ooh, I just realized there's these lines going through the middle. Those also might... let's get rid of those. These lines might cause some problems because they will generate in a way that I don't want. You delete edges and face. I understand why those lines are there, but I don't want them there. They don't need to be there. Wonder if that'll help. Yeah, definitely. All mark loose. Loose. Hold on. By mark loose, what does it mean by mark loose? Like this one, that's detached. That is loose. So if I mark that loose, and I select these and mark root, equalize radii. Well, nothing's changed. Sweet and sexy. Okay. This section here. What if we clear? Yeah, clear. All of it clear loose. What if we make this the root and this the loose? Nothing changed? Awesome. Equalize radii doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything at all. Smoothing does something. I don't know what. It does something. All of it. Clear loose. All of it loose. All of it root. Okay, right. So, real quick, if we delete this ring, does anything change? So that ring goes, which does imply something. I really just thought that this would be as simple as being able to just like turn the edges into like tubes. You know? I thought that's what this would do. I swear there's a way of doing that. Edit. No. Let's Google it. You know what? That's what Google's for. Blender. Make edge line thick. If it's a mesh, convert it to a curve and add thickness. Maybe I've been doing it right. Maybe I've been doing it wrong way. Maybe, I mean, I have been doing it the wrong way. That's not a maybe, but... God, now I gotta remember how you convert. Meshed curve. Object. Convert curve. Right, step 1. Geometry. Oh, oh, oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh. Hooray.
Ah! Jesus Christ. Fuck. I did it. We're there. I want this to shade smooth. That's in a couple of those parts.
you grab.
Fucking ugly. Fill caps? Like, why is that happening right there? Is it not like, okay, maybe instead of round we go object? Fill caps, no. Profile. Nah, round worked the best. It's just these bits that are weird. Yeah, any point where like multiple vertices intersect, it goes a bit weird. How do I fix that? What if I add a subdivision surface, also known as the get me the fuck out of here? No, that's worse. that's arguably worse. What if we now add a solidify? We're so close, but the geometry is still fucked. Oh wait, did I fix it? Did that work? Did that do it? Oh, it's still a little bit fucky. Oh, we're so close. Why are these three doing that and that one isn't? What's going on there? Caps. Resolution preview, does that change anything? Nah, I don't think so. Render you, nope. Smooth. Nope. Fill mode, full, back. Front. Off. Extrude. Ooh. Extrude. I mean, that's cool. But, and that it's kind of helpful, but it doesn't solve the problem. It just adds an extra level of, okay, that's something that's useful. How close are you even supposed to look at that part anyway? I mean, if you look at the sword, it is kind of like... It's a pretty big focal point of the sword. It glows, according to George. It's gonna glow. So, like, I feel like it's gotta look alright. That just... It's so close, and it's making me sad. Right, it looks better in 2D in that version of the render. But it's still not quite... There's still something going fucky. Offset. What? Oh! Ooh! 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 Oh! Oh!
Oh god!
Oh! Okay, yeah, no, that... What if we just ramp up that resolution? No, that doesn't help. Profile. I mean, that looks cool. I actually prefer that than rounded, but it still doesn't solve the geometry issue. But I do like the slightly more sharp top. Give me peace for 20 minutes from the end. This stream doesn't end until I solve this. Sample straight edges. No. Sample even lengths. No. Nope. Smooth. Nope. There's got to be a setting here that I am missing. There's something. There's a button, you know, just one button somewhere that I'm missing. Definitely looks like some of it looks better when I do 2D, and some of it, like, that's better in 3D. That's worse, but everything else, like all these bits, are better in 2D. It's just gotta connect, and I don't know why it's not. Like, any point a vertice branches on the curve has an aneurysm. Okay. If we depth 0 and extrude 0, we go back to just being a line, no geometry. Generate. Solidify. No, we're back to square one with that. Okay. Generate skin. Where is it? Where is it? Not there? It's not there. The fuck? Where's skin gone? Can you not do that on a line? Damn it. Going to have a slight aneurysm. Edit. Generate. Maybe remesh. Ooh, no. That's... What? Ah, ooh. I've made it out of Minecraft. And it's still broken. Smooth. Oh, it's lagging. Oh, I'm suddenly... Oh, okay. I'm gonna turn that off real quick and save before I continue messing around with this. Remove disconnected. What does that change? Shop. Move disconnected. Ah, I see. Okay, well actually if I put that into 3D, remove those bits. Voxel. Doesn't like voxel. Scale. Changes. Ah. Yeah, that means bigger. Okay. Smooth. So sharp looks the best with that. With the remeshing, but it's not. None of this will be visible once it starts glowing. It will, okay? And it matters to me. It matters. Fine. You know what? If that's what you're saying, let's test it, shall we? So cylinder. This is the cylinder that's going to be inside it. Turn the thickness down so it's inside that. And see, it's just these bits. They're just not quite right. I've got to fill it out, but it might be overlapping in other places. We're all right, actually. Right, let me get the reference just to see thickness-wise. It might be worth me... Dreamcatcher, thickening them up slightly. So it matches the reference a bit better, which is arguably going to make it more of a visible issue. Shading. So, do you think it is a black metal, or do you think it's like a black painted metal?
I think it's probably more likely to be a black metal.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Glad we're on the same wavelength. Metallic, but I think it's more of a rough metal. Less glossy. Ow, a little black. Cool. And the crystal... Oh, what's happened? Don't crash on me. Don't crash on me, please. We could save. The crystal, are we thinking opaque? Transparent?
Okay, definitely.
What's George up to, by the way? He's playing Hollow Knight. Oh, actually, let's
Hollow Knight,
make
Silka Songus.
that.
Hollow Knight Skull.
Black. Crystal. Right, so it's pretty white, right? It's pretty white, like perfectly so, in fact.
I'd say so.
Emission, how bright? Let's just make it emission type 1 for... Nah, 1's never enough. And see? You can still see. You can still see that it's an issue, okay? You can still see it. It's still there. It's still a problem. It looks broken. Because it's like perfectly round on there. Dreamcatcher. I mean, that it looks cool, but there's just the broken bits. And they're bothering me. See, that's less broken if I do that, but those bits are really weird. And I wouldn't mind those bits if it did all of them, but because it doesn't do that one, that in itself bothers me. Although, I thought rotate Z 90 minus. If I have the one that it's not, that isn't doing that in the direction of the blade, because that's going to be... it's not going to be covered by that. But the leather's there, so you wouldn't want the sharpy pokey outy bits. Okay, I could possibly mask that as a problem. It looks pretty cool. It does look pretty cool. I won't lie. I won't lie to you. All right, let's camera here. Can I select the camera? Oh no, because it's invisible. Let us. Camera to view. That's what I wanted. See how it looks rendered and with some glow. Save before we try and render it. One of the things I'll do when texturing is I'm gonna make all of the textures a bit less flat, which will mean, you know, just adding noise to the roughness and stuff so that it's not like perfectly smooth. Like the roughness will be varied slightly and the like color will be varied slightly, and it just makes it look a bit more like real.
Oh my.
Did you die?
Yeah.
That was a holy crap, I died fast sound.
Yeah. Tell you what, Team Cherry have gotten way too comfortable with putting enemies that do 2 damage in this fucking game.
Oh no.
One of the basic fucking enemies do 2 masks of damage. Like, what the fuck?
Shift A. Is it glare that I'm after? Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit much, isn't it? I think that's a bit too much glare. And also, I prefer stars, ghosts.
Come on,
But I
go over here. Oh, are you kidding me?
Do you prefer ghosts or fog glow? I like ghosts. Ghosts look fun. Hold up. The whole thing has a little bit of a glow to it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a glow to it. That's pretty cool. What happens if I do more iterations? It's just bigger. Nah, subtle. We want it to be glowing, but we want the glow to be a little bit subtle. Just a little bit subtle. It's going to be a small item in the grand scheme of the shot anyway. Jesus Christ. What if I just start building another part of the sword right now? I think Bashimi would possibly cry. It doesn't look as bad with the color and the glow. I can live with it, you know, when it's in the whole sword. I can live with that. It's tolerable.
Hades 2 is not out yet. It's had its final like major update, so they're working on the release edition. So, I'm getting close.
Make it look better or worse? And now add a subdivision surface. It makes those bits look weird. Yeah, the subdivision surface makes it look worse, doesn't it? Like that. That's not bad. Did it fix any of the glaring issues? Not really. It just makes it look a bit nicer. I can hear my PC. The fans are kicking in a bit now. So, at the current state this is in, I'm actually going to make that not glossy because I think that's just adding reflections and stuff for no reason. It's an emissive surface. Do you think it should just be emissive like this? Or, like, would you rather see it be like anything else? Or is just glowing white enough?
I think just glowing white. I'm not sure. I'd never thought about it this hard.
No, wait, does that not add the glow to my camera? Or maybe on this view it will. Camera? Haha. Always, that's what I want. Camera on that one. Shading, compositor, always. Haha, we can see the glow. I forgot that they added that as a feature, so you don't need to constantly go back to the compositor to see how it looks. So you effectively can actually see glare. Ooh, that's... It's adding the glare to the HDRI in the background. That's fun. So, what have we done today? We have done this. That's a sword right there. Potentially, if I wanted to, I could create the geometry from the lines and then manually go in and clear up all of the wonky bits that it's created. I could do that. It would be a pain in the ass, but it would produce a better looking end result. Like that. There's something weird going on there, for example. Do I have fill caps on? I do. That bit's not getting filled, which is weird. I do think profile looks better than round. And outside of stream, I will do more. I'm gonna, well, I'll work on it more anyway, but I might look up if there is something I'm doing wrong in terms of this being generated, as to like why it's generating it weird. You're the only person bothered by this, honestly. I know, but I'm the artist, and that's why it bothers me. Smooth fill mode. Back. Oh yeah, that's weird. Curve deform, radius, stretch, bounce clamp. None of that changes anything. Z up, nothing. It's just a really weird, like, way of generating the geometry. I don't know. It's just strange. That's why it's confusing me so much. Sample straight edges, that does nothing. Even lengths, both. Click. Oh yeah, that does that. That's weird. Move. Yeah, smooth improves that. Shape keys. Yeah, I don't know. It's good enough to end the stream on. And the sword's cool. The blade, I mean, is cool. We have a Damascus blade, which I'll decide whether I want to keep or not, because I might go no. Who knows? But for now, also this isn't very thick. I'm gonna thicken it up because it's gonna be just going through the whole handle. I'm not gonna make two of these and have them on either side of the handle. I'm just gonna thicken it up and go all the way through, because that's the easiest way. But yes, it is Betty Buy's time for now. But I'm pretty happy of how it looks visually with the shading and the glow and stuff. It's cool. It's cool. But it's done for now. We'll see what progress I've made by next stream and whether I continue next stream or not. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with my life anymore. But that's the stream. So, yay. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.